the hat that you see on my head, the reason why I'm so excited to do this first episode, man, the Carolina Panthers 2022-23 season in review. Now, like I said, if you're not on YouTube, you're not able to see this picture, but just hear my voice and imagine this. Now, obviously, if you're on YouTube, you can see the pictures. I put up some pictures up here, and the amount of pictures that I have 10 pictures. And all these pictures are pretty significant in regards to the season review because it really describes how the season was a roller coaster, man. Just imagine a roller coaster. That's honestly what the season was. First, we got Ike Ekwonu in the draft. My guy. If you haven't seen the video on my YouTube when I went back and I did a throwback video on that day of the draft, or if you didn't see on my Twitter feed, you can look it up. You can even look up on Panthers TikTok when they reposted my video of my reaction of wanting him to be on our team, and he actually got drafted to us. That's the first significant thing that happened. The next significant thing was Matt Rule getting fired. Now, like, if you on YouTube, you can see the picture of him holding his hands up, like, saying, like, what? Looking like a stupid. Looking stupid. And if you're not on YouTube, just imagine that, man. You know how Matt Rule looks. Just imagine that. Now, the next thing that happened, obviously, was Steve Wilkes getting hired as an interim head coach. And then we have a couple other things that happened that was honestly some big surprises. Well, the first one probably not really a big surprise to really anybody, but it was a surprise to me because I really didn't expect him to be traded, which was Robbie Anderson. But it did make sense as a little altercation on the sideline. That did make sense. But let me say this, though, man. I respect Robbie because he thinks just like me. He don't think like everybody else. He's a big believer in everything happens for a reason and try to control only what he can control in his own power. Those are some simple words, but big meanings to them, man. So shout out to you, Robbie. Things didn't work out this year for some reason. And look like things ain't really working out over there, as I'll get into later. And then we traded our franchise guy, Christian McCaffrey, which had a lot of people upset, which I understand. But at the same time, if you know football, and recently, you don't see running a team and run a runner back, which I'll get into later, and I'll also discuss into that. Next, we had that DJ Moore big old catch against the Atlanta Falcons. I was there in person. I was there. That was my first away game NFL experience that I ever been through. And then also, man, that Atlanta stadium is actually legit. It's legit. I can't wait for us to get a new stadium. That stadium is legit. And then, as you see, we had three guys right here in the middle. Terrence Marshall Jr., Bradley Bozeman, and Deontay Foreman. And the reason why I have these guys up is because the guy who got fired wasn't playing these guys. And I'm going to get into some stats later to show why they should have been playing in the first place, which makes a lot of us Panthers fans mad and pissed off. And then lastly, the last picture I have is Burns posing for the all-black helmets when we wore the all-black unis. That was one of my favorite games of the season too, man. I don't know about y'all, but that was one of my favorites also. But now, y'all, we about to take a little pause, and we about to go to the Panthers website to look at some news, because I seen that some news had dropped today and some videos, and I want to do that before getting into the season review and starting all the things for the Panthers, because I don't want nobody thinking like, oh, you just copied, even though I don't care what the heck y'all say anyway. But it just have a little fun and to show y'all, like, yeah, I know what I be talking about.